We're going to start with some basic closing techniques today for the novice, then what it takes to be a master closer. At the end of the sale, you need the client to open up a credit card, use their own credit card, or pay cash. When it comes to closing, it's as simple as asking the customer would they like a gift wrap, or having the customer agree with the payment. Now, if the customer says no to either one of these closes, I'm simply going to ask them why. Why did you say no? What is stopping you from buying this today? Once again, what is stopping you from buying this today? We're going to go over 3 scenarios very quickly, then get to the real closing. Scenario 1. If the customer says it's a matter of money, no problem, circle back into your financing. I just need 2 forms of ID. That's a close. If their spouse isn't there, I'm going to check to see if they make all their purchases with their spouse. By doing this, I'm going to figure out if it's okay to make purchases without their spouse and fall back on my return policy. I'll even ask the customer, how many days would you need to decide? And I'll write it on a receipt. Let the customer know that you can be flexible if they can. I just need 2 forms of ID and it'll be no money down today. That's a close. Now the third scenario, maybe the customer is against getting their credit checked. That's okay, let me talk to you about our no credit check financing. Requires a low transaction fee, and there's no interest for 90 days. Do you do online banking? That's a close. Now, for our master closing, I'd like for you to pause for a second and get ready. There's 8 steps to being a master at closing that you have to understand to get there. When it comes to being a master closer, you need to treat every step of your interaction with the customer as a close. This is not a traditional way of looking at the sale when it comes to closing. Typically, closing happens at the end of the sale, but to be a true master closer, you have to start with the closing step 1 and ending up at step 8, the final close. How do we get there? You have to start by understanding the steps and treating each individual step as its own close until you reach step 8, the final close. So start keeping track of these 8 things with each sale. Take each step one at a time. If you have to add 8 checkpoints to your clientele sheet to keep yourself honest, do it. Whatever it takes to be successful. Start with step 1 and see how many steps you get through before you have to TO a sale. Maybe you got to step 5 this time, or step 6. You need to track your progress to step 8. And when you do eventually get to step 8, all by yourself, celebrate. Do this with 20 customers, and you'll be on your way to becoming a master closer. Like I said before, you'll have to treat each individual part of the sale as a separate close to get you to your final close. If for some reason you realize, hey, I'm doing really great at steps 1 through 4, but I'm struggling with steps 5 through 8, ask yourself, who should you be TOing to? And when you do TO your sale to that chosen teammate, you'll want to stay within a few feet of the sale to listen to how your teammate delivers on the steps that you're not getting to at this moment. So let's go over these 8 steps which you'll need to understand before we get into robe. Now the first step is to offer a welcome. The goal is to get their name first, followed by their phone number and email, and what they love in jewelry. You'll know you're successful with closing on the warm welcome if 1 minute into the sale you have their name written down and some basic info. Step 2, offer cleaning. The goal is to make the customer happy by cleaning their jewelry and also get them in the habit of dropping it off while they go shopping for the day, while always reminding them it's free. You'll know you're successful with this by your customers coming into the shop regularly to get their jewelry cleaned. We have had mall walkers in the morning line up for their cleaning before their walk. It's fabulous. Step 3, offer emotion. The goal is to make rapport or friends with the customer in order to be on the same side of the fence as the customer. You'll know you're successful with this by the amount of emotion you choose to put into a sale. The biggest emotional benefits that we have done in a store is hosting the customer's wedding in the shop with a preacher to celebrate their beautiful day. We've had 4 weddings so far, and think out of the box when it comes to emotional selling. You'll be successful at it. Step 4, you need to find their need with a scale of 1 to 10. The goal is to find the premium piece. You'll know that you're delivering on this scale by showing simple items and then finding the one item that they absolutely need. Step 5 is offering merchandise with features and benefits. The goal is to get agreement on whether they like the piece being shown and its style and features. You'll know you're successful because the customer's body language will change during the sale. Now, this should only be done with items that they like. So, for instance, if I'm giving a bunch of features and benefits for something they do not like, it's not going to work. I need to give features and benefits to things that they love and start offering them a choice between two items. If initially I only pull out one item at the beginning of the transaction, I've already messed up. Once they choose between the two items I have presented, I say on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about it? I keep doing this until they say it's a 10. It might take me 50 choices with two items to find a 10. Sometimes it only takes 1 to 2 choices to find that 10. Step 6 is the diamond test drive. So after I find a 10, then I'm going to say, let me show you how to shop for a diamond. Have you ever bought a car? Most people say, yeah. Did you test drive that car before you bought it? Most people once again say, yeah. I'm going to say, let me show you how our product proof works with our diamond test drive. The goal is to create a confidence in our store's experience to show the true value of the diamond in specific lighting. Now, sparkle is going to be the most specific and important term when it comes to presenting this diamond outside. You'll know you're successful with this because not only has the body language of your customer changed, but so has their complete demeanor. You want to go back in using the customer's name, and then at step 7, selling tag price is very important. The goal is to give the customer the top package available, informing them what is included in tag pricing package. So our tag pricing has a package to go with it. It just isn't the cost of the merchandise. You'll know you're successful with this because you will see your margins start climbing. Maybe you're at 2.3 right now, you'll be up to 2.4, 2.6, 2.8, 3.0, and then 3.1 time if you can do it. The great thing about this is if you're at that 3.1, you're at a triple mark with 10%, which is enough to cover your peace of minds. Step 8 is the final close. Now the goal is to create an experience that makes the customer happy and settle on a payment type. The final close is the basic beginning close that we went with, so it's nothing new.